Ready? Good afternoon, welcome to Vanik-Ias, and we will discuss current affairs of 29th March. First topic is related to internal security, that is procurement of GSAT-7B satellite. Procurement of GSAT-7B satellite. The Defence Acquisition Council DAC, remember the body, Defence Acquisition Council, cleared the acceptance of necessity for procurement of GSAT-7B satellite along with equipment like night sight 4x4 light vehicles and air defense fire control radar. So far defense is concerned, who will purchase and finalize the satellites? That is Defence Acquisition Council. Remember the body, DAC, coming under Ministry of Defence, right? It has given the acceptance of necessity for procurement of GSAT-7B satellite and equipment like night sight, that is image intensifier, 4x4 light vehicles and air defense fire control radar light. Okay, what is GSAT-7 series satellite? It is an advanced satellite developed by India's ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, to meet the communication needs of the defense services. Communication needs. So it's a communication satellite. Especially communication satellites are placed in geosynchronous orbit. What is geosynchronous orbit? Geosynchronous orbit means that is orbit that is situated in 35,790 km. Especially the communication satellites are placed in geosynchronous orbit. There are other orbits like sun synchronous, there are other orbits like geostationary, right? Here it is geosynchronous, right? The GSAT-7 satellite was launched in August 13 from Ariane 5 ECA rocket from Kourou in French Guiana. It is 2650 kg satellite which was footprint nearly 2000 nautical miles in Indian Ocean region. 2000 nautical miles in Indian Ocean region. It has the area of jurisdiction. This satellite is mainly used by Indian Navy for communication needs. Indian Navy for communication needs. Right. This is a communication satellite used by Indian Navy, that is GSAT-7B. The GSAT-7 provides gamut of services for military communication needs, which includes low bit voice rate to high bit rate data facilities, including multi-band communications. Low bit voice rate to high bit rate data facilities, right? Okay. So this GSAT satellite, it is accepted by it is especially with all we know it is used by the Indian Navy for communication satellite. It's a communication satellite launched by ISRO, especially used for defense services. It provides multi-band communications. That means at different wavelengths it will provide the communication and low bit voice rate to high bit voice rate data facilities. So that is in case of poor connections, they will provide the communication data, especially to the Navy, right? Indian Navy. So communication data will not be failure when it is. That means it has wide range of frequency. It works in wide range of frequency and wavelength. Next. Till date, Indian Navy has been dependent on GSAT-7A and other satellites, but GSAT-7A and other satellites, but with this new state-of-the-art technology, that means indigenous and developed technology, the army will have new eyes in the sky. So army will also get boosted. The technological development and technological capacity of army will also get boosted by this GSAT-7B satellites. The military grade satellite will be force multiplier in providing fail-safe communication support. This will also provide safe communication support, that will be no failure, right? Continuous satellite coverage over India's vast and complex topography. Coverage of India's vast and complex topography will help Indian Army maintaining peace and also carry out security operations if needed, right? Here see the relevance. During the Kargil war, USA has not supported India so far as this navigation or communication is concerned, right? We felt many problem, but this indigenous satellite will coverage the communication in the vast complex topography of India in a huge area, and that will be help in security operations against enemy if there is a threat. Such a satellite would be utmost importance for the Indian Army as it currently faces a double threat from China and Pakistan lurking at its borders, right? India has a double, so far as security is concerned, so far as neighborhood security is concerned, they are threatened by two states. One is China. China is very aggressive state, it is a very nuclear power, while second economic power and also big military power and also technological developed country. It has also attacked India in 1962. So, historically and recent after 2014 also, there is also various ceasefire in the Ladakh region of or Jammu and Kashmir. So, there are various threats from China, right. It is also authoritarian regime, there is no democracy in China, that is also a big threat. Another thing is that so far as Pakistan is concerned, it is a failed state, it is a rock state, they do not have any economy, they are not economic power, they are going through poverty, there is military bureaucratic oligarchy, there is no democracy almost we can say. So, there is in both states where it is also military power which having they can attack on military with nuclear weapon as well, because they do not have the provision of no fast use. So, from both these countries we are facing the problem of security. That's why India must develop all its technological development capacities to counter any such threats from these two enemy countries. The use of such satellite would also mean that army use a vast array of radio communication equipment that will come under the single platform. Various array of radio communication, radar especially by using the radio waves. Radar means if any foreign or enemy weapon is coming inside India, then India will detect, right, by radar communication. So, all this type of radio communication, they will also come in single platform. So, right. So far as communication is concerned or detecting the foreign weapon is concerned, these GSAT-7B will help. The satellite would majorly benefit on unmanned aerial vehicles, UAV, unmanned aerial vehicles in the force inventory by ensuring they have enhanced flying range in the line with their specification. UAV, they are modern weapon, modern aerial vehicles, they are very important for security, identifying the location and launching attack. These are very important, and that will, this GSAT-7B will increase the capacity of unmanned aerial vehicles. That means no human being will be present in that aerial vehicle, that is unmanned aerial vehicle. It is a step in the right direction, but caution that India had a long way to go to hold a position of advantage and superiority in the space warfare. Right, space warfare, there is going on space warfare, it is in right direction. We have developed various, ISRO has launched various missions like your Gaganyaan is going to launch this year, Aditya L1 mission, this is going to launch this year as well. Gaganyaan is to India first indigenous crew to the low Earth orbit, and your another thing is your Aditya L1, that is to explore the sun corona. So, by various, we have also sent Mars orbiter mission, MOM, also we have sent Chandrayaan-1, Chandrayaan-2. So far as space technology is concerned, we are going to achieve one by one step, and we are already in a developing stage, but we are not as strong as the countries like Russia, US or China. So, although we are not a position of advantage in space warfare, still we are a significant achiever, we can say. After Russia, US, China, if there is any country who is technological developed so far as space is concerned, it is India. Okay, so this GSAT-7B, it will provide safe communication, right? It will provide it will provide security so far as to the army and navy and also air force. This will also help in to increase the range of unmanned aerial vehicles, right? And it will boost our space technology and capacities. It is on the cards for IAF for a proposal to effect was cleared by the DS in 2021. This satellite would facilitate the real-time communication. Real-time communication with Indian Air Force software defined radio communication sets. It will increase the capacity of the IAF to communicate beyond the line of sight in a secure mode, right? So far as communication is concerned, this will enhance security, and that will beyond the yes to it when we can communicate the Indian Air Force. So this GSAT-7V, it will GSAT-7C, this will help both the Air Force and also the Navy and the Army. The other kinds of military satellites India we have electromagnetic intelligence gathering satellite EMISAT, electromagnetic intelligence gathering satellite developed by ISRO, launched by April 2020 through a polar satellite launch vehicle. Polar satellite launch vehicle PSLV 645. PSLV, this is the most it is called as Indian workhorse. That is, PSLV means it will just take the satellite and launch in the orbit, right? PSLV doesn't rotate, it just launch the satellite in a particular orbit. See PSLV, right? Polar satellite launch vehicle. Its range is around maximum it has a range of 1725 kg, sorry 1750 kg to low earth orbit. That is, low earth orbit means orbit from 180 km to 2000 km. The PSLV has a range of 750 km in low earth orbit and maximum 14,025 km to geosynchronous orbit. And the difference between PSLV, this is the range of PSLV, right? So this is launched by PSLV rocket. It has electronic intelligence ELINT package, electronic intelligence packet and called Kautilya, which was allowed to interception ground-based radar. Now also carries out electronic surveillance across India. It carry out electronic surveillance. ELINT. The ELINT package provides capability of direction funding of radar and fixing the locations. Placed in 748 km orbit and said to be based on Israeli satellite system. The satellite circles of the globe pole to pole and the helpful in gathering information from radars of countries and that have borders with China. So helpful in gathering information from radars of the countries that have borders with India. So this is the ELINT package that will help holistically, it will help so far as communication is concerned and location of a particular weapon is concerned. So it is very essential for India's security. India has also RESAT 2BRI synthetic aperture, RESAT 2BRI synthetic aperture radar imaging satellite, which was launched in 2019 from Sriharikota. It has capability to operate in different modes, including very high resolution of communication system and identify locations of a particular place or a particular weapon, so that will help in Indians security by radar, by using radar technology. So this is GSAT-7C communication satellite. Next topic is Indian-Oman relation. Indian-Oman relation. Recently, the Minister of External Affairs met his Oman counterpart and discussed growing cooperation between various fields, between defense, energy, space, technology, science, right? Various dimensions like defense, energy, space, science and technology. These directions, both India and Oman are cooperating. What is the relevance of Oman? It is present in the Middle East, right? And Middle East is the hotbed of geopolitics. There are various countries. There is huge natural reserves in Middle East. We have a huge diaspora that are working in the Middle East, in Oman. So because of various, these are the reasons why India and Oman, why Oman is important for India's for India, right? We will only study in international relation. We will only study those topics, those countries with whom we have a very good relationship, or why there is very good relationship. Either it is economic relationship, or it is military relationship, or people to people contact, or our Indian people are working there. These are the various parameters on which, based on which we will study a particular topic and the relevance of a particular country. For example, USA is concerned, we have a huge diaspora in USA. We have a huge trade linkages with USA. But as far as China is concerned, although we have a trade, but we do not have diaspora in China, right? So that is the difference. On the basis of that, we shape our foreign policy, and the countries are important for us. Next, key highlights of the meeting. The two ministers reviewed cooperation in areas such as politics, economy, energy, investment, science and technology, and humanitarian issues. They focused on defense and maritime security cooperation during the talks, excluding the exchange of white shipping, information to increase maritime domain awareness, focus on defense and maritime security cooperation during the talks. They agreed to initiate exchange of white shipping information expeditiously. White shipping information expeditiously to increase the maritime domain awareness from both sides, that is provide sharing of various information, sharing of intelligence to ensure maritime security in the Indian Ocean area and the Indian Ocean and the maritime security in those areas, critical areas like your Gulf of Oman and those areas, right, in Atlantic Sea. In the field of trade, two ministers agreed to finalize negotiation on a bilateral protocol on investment and avoidance of double taxation. Investment and avoidance of double taxation, prevention, fiscal evasion with respect to taxes and income on early date, right. India has signed its double taxation with Singapore, Mauritius, right. Similarly, it is also signed with Oman to avoid the double taxation, because double taxation it hampers the investor sentiments. And that's why both countries will start a double taxation avoidance agreement. They will also look to ways to enhance trade and investment in post-pandemic recovery. Trade and investment in post-pandemic recovery, cooperating with each other, right? Cooperating with each other means if I have some good technology, I will share with you. You have some good technology, share with me. Or jointly will develop, jointly will make research, jointly will make investment. If any country get better results, then both will share. This is by various cooperation, by various ideas, by various experiments, both countries can share the experiences and the technology they have, so that both the country will revive from the post-pandemic economic crisis. They also agreed to step up cooperation between India's National Green Hydrogen Mission, right. We have a green hydrogen mission, right, that is to ensuring the green hydrogen. Oman plans to position itself as global hub for green hydrogen and green ammonia. It's a huge potential, and that is going to green hydrogen. It is a source fuel that will establish in next 1 decade. Green hydrogen will establish the era of electric vehicles, right. It's a big source of renewable energy. So both country, India and Oman are going to cooperate with respect to green hydrogen mission, right, and green ammonia. So relationship is based on humanitarian politics, economy, energy, investment, humanitarian issues, and also defense and maritime security, sharing of information for maritime security, and also signing double taxation avoidance agreement, and also sharing of various ideas and skills to come out of the economic crisis in post-pandemic era. Then Indian-Oman relationship. Oman is a strategic partner of India and important for interlocutor for Gulf Region Council, GCC. Important interlocutor at the GCC. GCC, it is the second largest organization after GCC, Arab League and Indian Ocean Rim Association. OIC is the second largest association after United Nations. It's not GCC. So especially the Gulf countries, it is a strategic partner. An important interlocutor means good relationship to mediate with other Gulf countries that are in GCC, Arab League and Indian Ocean Rim Association, IORA. The India and Oman are linked by geography, history, culture. They are linked by geography, history, culture and enjoy warm and cordial relationship. That's why they are linked by geography, because historically we have trade during the Indus Valley civilizations. The people-to-people contact between India and Oman can be traced back to 5,000 years. Diplomatic relations were established in 1955. 5,000 years. Traced back to 5,000 years. Diplomatic relationship was established in 1955. Though historically India-Oman bilateral ties were transferred to a strategic partnership in November 2008. So we have a strategic partnership. The status of relations between India and Oman is strategic partnership. Remember, strategic partnership, what is important? So both we do not have strategic partnership all the countries. So those countries we have strategic partnership like China, like Australia, like Russia, like Japan, and like Oman. They are very important country for us, right? So diplomatic relations started in 1955. We have a shared history, and we have that belongs to Indus Valley period, and also we are and Oman is the gateway to various associations in the Middle East. Then economic and commercial relationship. Both India and Oman are got high priority to strengthening economic and commercial relationship between the two countries. Right, high priority to strengthen economic and commercial relationship. Both mutual advantage. So for in certain areas, Oman has advantage, India must exploit them, import them. In certain areas, India has advantage like pharmaceutical countries, Oman must import them. So both countries will cooperate so far as commercial and economic relationship is concerned by reducing the barriers, reducing the trade barriers. Then economic cooperation between India and Oman is reviewed through the institutional mechanism of the Indo-Oman Joint Commission meeting. Indo-Oman Joint Commission meeting that will establish economic cooperation between India and Oman. India is among the Oman's top trading partners during 2019-20. Bilateral trade was around 5.9 billion, or almost 6 billion. So top trading partners. India was among the top trading partners of Oman. For Oman, India was third largest after UAE and China. So it is very good, so for Oman, India matters a lot. Although for India, Oman doesn't matter a lot because we have good, better trade relationship with many other countries like USA, China, which touches around $100 billion. So $6 billion also, it's a small country. Oman is a small country, and still, it's as we are a good partner of Oman, that is the third largest after UAE and China. So for its imports, third largest market after UAE and Saudi Arabia for its non-oil exports. Right, for its imports and non-oil exports, it is very important. India is very important. So third largest after UAE and China. Major items of Indian exports are mineral fuels, products of the desalination, textiles, machinery, electric items, chemicals, iron, steel, tea, coffee, spices, rice, meat products, and seafood. These are the Indian exports that to the Oman. That is textiles, machinery, electric items, chemicals, iron, steel, tea, coffee, spices, rices, and meat products are exported to Oman. Among major Indian imports are urea, LNG, lubricating oil, dates and chromite ore. Dates and chromite ore, lubricating oil. These are the polypropylene. These are the major Indian imports from Oman. Various Indian financial institutions and PSUs have their presence in Oman. Financial institutions like SBI have their presence in Oman. Right. So India and Oman commercial relations, bilateral trade is around $6 billion, and the both countries have India-Oman Joint Commission meeting. India is third largest partner after UAE and China. Right. Major Indian exports are textiles, machinery, electric items, chemicals, tea, coffee, spices. Major Indian imports are LNG, polypropylene, lubricating oil, and dates and chromite ore. Right. And also various financial institutions like SBI, they also work in Oman. Then cultural cooperation. India's social club has its various regional linguistic sports wing actively promoting Indian culture in Oman. Indian social club, right? It is actively promoting Indian culture in Oman, celebrating national days, festivals, cultural diversity of India. National Day, festival, and cultural diversity of India. Yoga is quite popular in Oman. Yoga is quite popular in Oman, especially among the expatriates and local youth. So India is a big software. This yoga is a big software for India, right? And that is more popular. That is very popular so far as Oman is concerned. The embassy organized many events in 2019 to celebrate the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi and 550th British birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. 550th birth anniversary Guru Nanak Dev Ji and 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. The Indian embassy in Oman are organized, and there is huge support and participation of the local youth and those Indian people who are staying in Oman. Then defense cooperation. It is a key pillar of India's West Asia policy in most of the robust defense and security cooperation mechanisms. Right? Robust defense and security cooperation. Defense and security cooperation. There has been regular exchange of visits of defense ministers of both sides. Regular exchange of visits by defense ministers. India and Oman conduct regular bilateral exercises. These are very important so far as prelim is concerned and mains is concerned while writing the Indian-Oman relationship. Army exercises is all Naja, right? A1 Naja, and Air Force exercises is Eastern Breeze, naval exercise Nasim Al Bahar. A1 Naja, that is army exercise, Air Force exercise Eastern Breeze, and Nasim Al Bahar, this is a naval exercise between India and Oman. These are the three military exercises, that is biennial military exercises between both the countries. So, cultural relationship and defense relationship we have developed, both defense ministers visit each other, and there is strong defense cooperation, robust defense cooperation between India and Oman. Then maritime cooperation. What is the maritime status of maritime cooperation? Oman is the gateway to Strait of Hormuz. Gateway to Strait of Hormuz, through which India imports 1/5 of its oil imports. So far as maritime security is concerned, Oman is very important for India because it imports around 1/5 of its oil through Strait of Hormuz. India signed a pact with country in 2018 to access Duqm airport of Oman, right? Duqm port of Oman, that is also very strategic port, right? Then Indian Navy is able to use the facilities of Duqm port in Oman following signing the pact between the two countries. Indian Navy has facilities to get that port. Then port will act as India's entry point to wider West Asia and Eastern Africa. Wider West Asia and Eastern Africa, this port will act as an entry. A welcome development when a time China has developed strategic assets in the Indian Ocean region. Right? China has a policy of string of pearls. So various ports around India like Hambantota port, or in case of Myanmar, Bangladesh and Pakistan's Gadar port, in China is surrounding India, right? India, that is called a string of pearls theory. So similarly, India is also developing, acquiring various strategic locations like Chabhar port, right? C2A port. So India is also developing the port of Oman. The port of Duqm is situated in the southern eastern seaboard of Oman, overlooking the Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean. It is strategically located close proximity to Chabhar port of Iran. So it is very important, right? So strategically located, it is very important for India because 1/5 of its oil comes through the Strait of Hormuz, and this port is strategically important in the because it is situated on the it is a link between the Middle East and Indian Ocean. Then so far diaspora is concerned, in every question so far as international relations is concerned, we will study diaspora because that is one of the major part at which we must focus, and our relationship depends on other countries. There are about 7 lakh Indians in Oman. They are very high paid contingent providing they are providing remittances to India, which are about which around 5,067,000 are workers and professionals. There are Indian families living in Oman more than 150 to 200 years. Thousands of Indians are working as doctors, engineers, chartered accountants, teachers, lecturers, nurses, managers, etc. To cooperative federalism need to be right. So there it is by mistakenly it has come from this etc. Right. So various people of Indian origin are working there, various working professionals, and working around 7 lakh people of India are working in Oman. So it's important for India because there is huge diaspora present at that place. Their security and their security is very important. It is the most important factor for India. Then World Air Quality Report. World Air Quality Report. In the 2021 World Air Quality Report was released. The report presented an overview of the state of global air quality 2021, right? Air quality. There is a proverb that the difference between a middle class and poor in India is just a medical bill. That means you just add a medical bill with a middle class, you will see a poor. Why it is so? That explains the vicious cycle of poverty. If people suffer from various diseases, accordingly they will become poor, right? Vicious cycle of poverty. So same thing, because air pollution kills around 1.5 million people every year. So that's a very big issue, and we must observe this air quality and bring sustainable development. Why this such type of air pollution is happening? Because of urbanization, industrialization, and use of various machines, using of various goods and services. All these they emit carbon emissions, and that ultimately lead to air pollution. One by one we will see. The IQ air is Swiss group that measures the quality levels based on the concentration of particular matter PM 2.5. PM 2.5 is very dangerous for respiratory diseases. Right, PM 2.5 PM 2.5 measurement. The IQ air endeavors to engage, educate, and inspire governments, researchers, non-governmental NGOs, companies, and citizens to work together to improve air quality and create a healthier communities and cities. As air is responsible for various diseases. For example, in Delhi during the winter season, it becomes so polluted that smoking around 22 cigarettes will be equal to the normal breathing. So imagine the level of toxicness. Okay. Key finding: 2021 Mumbai had recorded particulate matter 2.5 annual average of 46.4 microgram per cubic meter, nearly 9 times above the World Health Organization limited. So nearly 9 times in Mumbai, it is 9 times above the WHO limit according to the report by IQ air. So it is very high, it is severe, extremely severe. 9 times than WHO limit, that is 46.4 microgram. In 2021, 48% of Indian cities exceeded 50 microgram per meter cube. 48% of India's cities, that means almost half of the cities are crossing the limit that is prescribed by WHO. India has almost 14 world's most polluted cities, 14 of the world's most 20 polluted cities. So far as environment of city life is concerned, it is very polluted and sustainable development is not encouraged. PM 2.5 annual average reached 58.1 microgram meter cube in 2021, ending the 3-year trend of improving the air quality. So again it reached in 58.1, which is highest. It is almost 12 times than the WHO limit that is prescribed. The country's 2.5 annual average have now returned to the pre-quarantine levels. During the quarantine, the air quality developed because there is lack of carbon emission from various vehicles. Industrially, the vehicular pollution has reduced. That's why it has become better. But now it has again returned to the pre-quarantine levels of 2019. New Delhi city is topping the list for the 4th consecutive year. Delhi topped the list of 79. Delhi topped a list of 92 capital cities in 2020, 85 such cities in 2019, and 62 such cities in 2018. So far as pollution is concerned, the pollution is in Delhi is increasing day by day. On the list of capital cities, Dhaka followed by Delhi in terms of annual average PM25 concentration. Not a single country managed to meet the WHO air quality standard in 2021. Not a single country in the world has met the WHO standard of 2021. That's the big issue. But so far as India is concerned, it is 10 times, 8 times, 12 times than the WHO prescribed limits. So we have 14 out of the 20 most polluted cities of the world. So what we see is unsustainable urbanization. Risk of air pollution. Air pollution causes and aggravates many diseases ranging from asthma to cancer, lung illness and heart disease. Various diseases ranging from asthma, cancer, illness and heart diseases. The estimated daily economic cost of air pollution has been figured around 8 billion US dollar, 3 to 4% of gross world products from the key elements of the exercise. Around $8 billion. This was the economic cost because of air pollution that may be going in ill health or lack of productivity or various diseases. Reserve Bank Innovation Hub. Next topic is Reserve Bank Innovation Hub. RBIS, recently Reserve Bank of India, RBI Governor, inaugurated Reserve Bank Innovation Hub RBIH in Bengaluru. Remember this Reserve Bank Innovation Hub, it was started in Bengaluru, which is intended to encourage and nurture financial innovation in a sustained manner. Financial innovation in a sustained manner through the institutional setup, financial innovation in a sustainable manner, right? RBI Reserve Bank has inaugurated the Reserve Bank Innovation Hub, right? How can we evolve, bring innovation in the financial sector? Why it has become necessary? Because the cryptocurrency has changed the whole economic world of world currency. So that's why India has developed its digital currency, right? It is going to be circulated in the public, and to in the new changing times, to acquire the modern technologies, we RBI also should have an indigenous research so far as financial management is concerned. That why it has established Reserve Bank Innovation Hub, RBIH. It has been set up as a Section 8 company under the Companies Act 2013 with an initial capital of around 100 crore. RBIH started in companies under Section 8 of Company Act 2013. Initial contribution of 100 crore. It is a wholly owned subsidiary of the RBI. Wholly owned subsidiary of RBI with a corpus of 100 crore. It will create internal capabilities by building applied research and expertise in the latest technology. Building applied research and expertise. Right, whatever we are doing, how can we make it better? Right, so various research and development expertise that will develop within RBI. It will collaborate with financial sector institutions, policy bodies, policy bodies, technology industry and academic institutions, and coordinate efforts for exchange of the ideas and development of prototypes related to financial innovations. It plans to identify and mentor startups having maximum potential.